give up on your dream. Let me tell you this morning, it is not too late for God to answer you. If God could rescue that man at the pool of Bethsaida for good 38 years, God will also rescue you too. If God can answer that man, God will also answer you. It is not too late so far you are still alive. Yes, so far you are still alive. Your tomorrow is better. Yes, your tomorrow is good. Face it now. Face that battle. Fight it now. Don't give up on your dream. Your business is shaking. Yes, your marriage is shaking. You have been trying to travel to abroad, but yet nothing works. You have invested so much in a particular business and contract, but the contract is not coming. Don't give up on God, because God will never give up on you. If it is by our standard of serving God, do you know we will not be here today to serve God? Yes, if it is by biblical standard that the way we ought to serve God, we have gathered here today, do you know God will not hear us? Every one of us that is sitting down in one way or the other, we have cockroach in our cupboard. Some of us will still fornicate. Some of us will still commit adultery. Some of us will still drink. Some of us will still go to hotel. Some of us will still change women like clothes. Yet you will come to the presence of God and be complaining. Instead of you to come to the presence of God and ask for mercy, you will complain, will rebel, with mama for nothing, because God, Bible says, the prayer of a sinner is an abomination before God. Don't give up on God because you are not even doing the right thing. Am I speaking to somebody? Are we doing the right thing? What faith or guts we have to challenge God? Tell me the faith and the guts you have to challenge God. When you change woman like clothes. When you are a froster. Am I speaking to somebody? Tell me. Don't give up. Because God will never give up on you. If it is by the standard of serving God, do you know there is nothing we will ask from God and God will answer us? But He show us mercy. Am I speaking to somebody? He show us mercy. Do you know every day we lie? I told somebody every day we lie. You that is called born again, forget to. That is why I used to tell every one of you, dress well, look well, eat well, ask for grace. And that Jesus is grace. Am I speaking to somebody? Without that, you suffer yourself. It is erring is not, or the way you dress is not the standard. You must not open your body down, but dress well, look well, look good. Everything is being created by God. It's only when you abuse it. Am I speaking to somebody? It's only when you what? Abuse it. Whatever God has given to you, when you don't abuse it, even God, do you know God used to be happy when you look good? Yes, when you are good, because we are created for His own glory. Am I speaking to somebody? We are created for God's glory, not by material or our outward appearance. God is not concerned by the material or what you put on, your appearance. No, your inside, your heart. Is your heart with God? You come to the house of the Lord? Yes. You dress well, you don't look good, you are just calm, you are gentle. Is your heart with the Lord? Is your heart with God? Don't give up on your children. Yes, they may be struggling today. Does not mean they will struggle tomorrow. Yes, don't give up on your husband. Please, you woman or lady that is here, whatever you sow is what you are going to reap. The world now has changed, whereby everybody's eyes are open. When you abuse your husband, you ridicule your husband, you bring your husband down because he's struggling. When money comes, he will pay you back. Everybody will not be a born again. Everybody will not reason the way you reason. Everybody will not think the way you think. If there is cell in this world, if there is prison for those that break the law of the government in this world, and they will put you in the cell or they will put you in the prison, and God will not be angry with it. Also, there is hellfire in heaven for those that disobey God. It means whatever we do, there is judgment for it. Am I speaking to somebody? Prison is here on earth. Cell is here on earth. For those that break the law of the government, they will put them in the prison and God will not be angry. Either you're a pastor or not, you're born again. When you disobey the law of the land, they will put you there. Then also God create a fire for those that disobey him, that this is where they belong to. Then when you do something that is wrong and using grace to cover it, there is penalty for every action. I spoke with one of my friends. He used to fix DSTV. So he now called me, Pastor, that he went to a big man's house and he realized that the room of that woman is very far from the man. That he now called the man, sir, why is your wife's room at the down there and your room is here? He said, my son, sit down. He said, sometimes ago when I was suffering, I have to wake up by 5 to run away from the house. But this woman will disturb my life, tear my clothes, because there is no money. I was struggling. But all I do for her now is when she's coming, I say, stop. What do you need? Money. I do transfer to her. Am I speaking to somebody? You can forgive somebody. Let me tell you. But there are some things you cannot forget. There are some things that happened to you in the primary school. In the primary school that now, it will reoccur. You will still remember. If you can remember what happened to you in the primary school, tell me what your wife or your husband has done to you. You can forgive, but the memory will still be there. Am I speaking to somebody? That whatever you saw today, let me tell you something. When you are not nice to your husband, when God is blessing your husband, you are not nice to your husband, you will think he's a fool. He can give you whatever you want, but inside his heart, we know that this woman, she's pretending. This is not true love. That when I don't have, he disgraces me, she molests me, and call the family, ridicule me before my family. But now there is something, that is when, darling, you have not wake up, your tea is ready. But that tea, you don't give it to him when he was struggling. Am I speaking to somebody? You don't call him honey, you don't call him babe, when he was struggling. You call his name direct. Samuel, Johnson, Philip. But now when money comes, it's now become honey. Babe, I was worried now. You are late. Before, when there's no money, even though he has not entered the house by 12 o'clock, you are not bothered. You will be sleeping. Whatever you sow, you will reap. The memory will flash back. That person can forgive you. But when that person is sitting down, when you are trying to caress that person, somebody you don't touch his brain before. Sorry, sir. Somebody you don't touch his brain before. When money now come now, you now come back to the back of the center of his life center. You will now come to the life center to now visit like this. Remember the money I asked for you. When you are touching that man, he will remember when you are not touching him. Do you know 99% of men pay for sex, even though they are married? Am I speaking to somebody? I was doing research alone. And I realized that love is not free. Even though you are married, you are still paying for sex. I was doing research, my young man. I was doing research at home, meditating. And I was meditating. And I realized that in this world, generally, nothing is free. We will walk and walk and walk till we leave this world. That is the reason why we remain tenants in this world. Am I speaking to somebody? We are in the market. When you don't have that mentality, you want to be a Methuselah. You are in the market. When you are done with trading, you will return back home. Then all our life, you will wake up every morning to work. You will wake up every of your life. The life has been structured in that way. Life has been structured that you must work to eat. Am I speaking to somebody? And I was doing research about love. It just splashed to me. Love. Can somebody love you for free? Is it possible? When somebody doesn't have now and you love that person, you believe in the future is bright. That's why you love that person. Am I speaking to somebody? And when you are giving prophecy that the woman or the man you want to marry, if tomorrow is not good, you will run. Am I speaking to somebody? When you go and pray that the woman you want to marry, don't go there. There is no glory in that woman. There is no glory in that man. There is civilization now that whereby you want to marry somebody, they will say, okay, go and bring the, let me say, what did they call it? Block group or this thing. If somebody you want to marry is AS and you are AS, no matter how you love yourself, life will separate you. Am I speaking to somebody? Because you don't want to give back to SS. Nothing is free in this world. Nothing. Let me tell you, it is normal, and there's nothing we can do about it, and nothing will change it. And to the end of the world, as a man, there is nothing that is free for you. Either you like it or not, you must pay for it. If your wife likes shawarma, the day you buy shawarma, she open leg very well. The day there is no shawarma, he will tell you the weather is hot. And now she will now face the wall. And you will now be doing like this. And when you are now trying to do this and say, that's when you say, you remember that money you say you still want you. I will give you, I will give you, I will give you. Even the money is not on ground. Contract is not coming, but you don't have choice. Because penalty, you want to play penalty. You don't have choice. That's when you be doing like this. I will do. After you do it, finish it. I just say it to not. It means you are still paying. Oh, ijile. It's deep. I was alone thinking. It means you are still paying. When things is not going well, you cannot enjoy your marriage. When you are struggling, there is no money, you cannot enjoy your marriage. There is nothing you can do about it. They are wired and they are structured in that manner. Am I speaking to somebody? It's only during the time of our mother. Things they can do. Love is for free. Yes, they will be praying for you. How many of you pray for your husband? You pray. That is, when you go to the mountain, you pray, God, answer this man, give this man. Especially when somebody has given you a rubbish message or prophecy that man will marry another woman. Since that day, you will change your prayer point. Any little quarrel at home like this. What is for me? They have told me. Allah Korea, what you know my fair woman. Or not to my bad new go fi ya mi jẹ́ kí ma wo. Don't give up on your man. He may be struggling today, but tomorrow, no one can test tomorrow. All the people you see on top today, they started from somewhere. They started from somewhere. That is the reason why it was so hard for Jonathan, good luck Jonathan, to leave that woman. The woman could not speak correct English like me. The woman cannot communicate well at all. The wife of president cannot communicate at all. Who follow you come? Where them come from? Who then they? Now enemy, wife of president cannot communicate. But that man refused to marry another woman. He refused to marry a graduate to speak for him. Am I speaking to somebody? Because he's a good man. He remember when he was suffering. Anybody you caress, you pray for, you manage, you bless. When he's suffering, a good man will not forget you. Only when you marry a demon. Am I speaking to somebody? If you don't marry to a demon, any man you suffer with, a good man from God that have the fear of God will repay you back. When people are shouting and saying this, you say, no, leave her. She's my wife. Am I speaking to somebody? Whatever you do today is what you are going to read tomorrow. But don't give up also on your wife. Don't give up on your husband. You are looking for the fruit of the womb. It is not too late. Remember how God answered Sarah. Remember how God answered Anna at the Shiloh. The God we serve is a God of 9 minutes. Am I speaking to somebody? The God we serve is a God of 9 minutes. It will remain small like this. Then it will appear that is a God. When Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego was about to throw in the fire, do you know they could not see God? But they still have that faith that even though our God will not save us, God waited for them to be thrown in the fire of blaze before he appeared. Then 3 became 4. And Nebuchadnezzar looked and said, is this real or not? See, as from today, every one of us will serve the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Yes. People will serve your God, they will honor your God. Wait for the right time. The best time is the right time. There is nothing God cannot do. It's only when God is not ready. Listen to me. It's only when God is not ready. But when God is ready, your weakness, unable to pray, unable to fast, unable to go to mountain cannot stop God, because God is ready. When Jesus said yes, no man can say no. Don't give up on yourself. When you try one business and the business is not going to, it's not the end of your life. Yes, when you try something, it does not favor you, it's not the end of the life. When you are trying to make call to somebody that wants to give you contracts, yes, contract of 500 million, and the network is bad, you will not stop calling. In the same way, don't stop knocking at the door of God. The more you trouble him, one day, someday, you say, who is this person troubling me? And God will ask you, what do you want me to do for you? Am I speaking to somebody? Don't give up on yourself. Yes, life is not balanced. Yes, life, you see, is not balanced. It's come today, tomorrow, it may be hard. But when you remember the goodness of God, what he has done in the past, it should give you absolute faith for you to press on that he will do it again. So far, he has done it before, he will do it again. Why murmur, you complain? You are just looking for a sharp, a way you can go, a which doctor you can go to. You want to travel to village, you are thinking how to go about it. No. If you calculate the amount you have spent on a spiritual work, by now you should not be a poor person. Am I speaking to somebody? If so many of us calculate the amount you have spent on a spiritual work, spiritual work. Some of us, when they open your drawer, your wardrobe, you are not different from which doctor? Soap for blessing, soap for mercy, soap for contract, soap of back to sender, different soap of headache. Instead of them to use paracetamol, soap of headache, different soap. When they open, even some of you have honey. When you are not a choir master, you still have honey in your wardrobe. When you wake up in the morning, when they greet you, you will not answer. You will go to that wardrobe, because they ask you to, when you put hand, you put your middle hand in it and lick it first before you talk to somebody. So that day can be sweet. So any day you forget to take that honey, it means your day will not be sweet. Our God is not limited to honey. Our God is not limited to soap. Our God is not limited to spiritual assignments. Because God is spirit, and when the spirit of God is inside of you, Bible says the one inside of you is greater than the one in the world. Why soap? The day you look around and soap has finished, you will not go out. The day the soap will finish, you will not go out, because you believe that somebody will attack you. Do you know there are some voodoo or charm you will do to your body? That sham will always bring trouble to your life. When you do sham, that when they shoot you, it will not enter. And when they cut you, it will not enter. Do you know trouble will always come your way so that the sham can work? So that the voodoo can work? So why don't you trust in God? Yes. Why don't you trust in God? I told you sometimes ago that wearing white is good. But 99% of us, we have been given message that you have to wear white to sleep, Abi, so that you can be like God. Then, with my little research, me myself, I used to wear white to sleep. Then I must wear white, Maybe when you wear white, they will not attack you. Without white, they will still bring woman. Without white you put on, you will see it in the dream. Some of you, the last time you have eaten chicken and chips, it's over 5 years. But in the dream, they keep bringing chicken and chips. Yes. All this thing is just by the way that you have to put your trust only in God. Then loving God, serving God does not mean you will not face challenges. Don't let anybody brainwash you. You can be sick and yet be the candidate of heaven. You can be poor and yet be the best friend of God. All those, God does not measure all those things to have a relationship with you. Am I speaking with somebody? God does not count on material to build a relationship with you. When God love you, God love you. When he show you mercy, not because you can pray, not because you are holy, not because you are righteous, he just decided to love you.